We are in the midst of the international break, and while Celtic aren't playing, we still do have some representatives competing for their countries. In today's video, we'll take a look at how some players are getting on, whilst also taking a look at some pretty exciting transfer news ahead of January, whilst also rounding up all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Celtic content. Liam Scales capped off a brilliant and unexpected start to the season by being called up to the Ireland squad for the Euro qualifiers. It got even better for the Celtic defender when he went straight into the starting 11 against Greece on Friday evening. However, his former Celtic teammate, Georgios Giakoumakis, had no intention of making it easy for the Irishman, and he made his presence felt for the first goal. A brilliant cross in was met by the former Celtic striker who rose above Liam Scales to thump a header into the net for Greece's opener. To be fair to Scales, he's tracking his own man when his centre-back is caught in no man land, leaving Liam scapering to get to Giakoumakis. Many Celtic fans do have a lot of time for Giakoumakis, with many wishing he'd stuck around. The issue with that was that he was wanted to be a number one striker, and while Kyogo is a Celtic player, it was never going to happen. His contributions to Ange's first season won't soon be forgotten. Former Celtic hero Simon Donnelly reckons Cameron Carter-Vickers' return will have benefits beyond his defensive work, even providing a boost for the rest of his teammates in the boys' squad. Carter-Vickers has struggled with injury issues throughout the summer and into the new season, but managed to come off the bench against Lazio and start for the club against Kilmarnock last weekend. He's now expected to retain his place in the side following the international break, most likely alongside Liam Scales. And Donnelly reckons it's a big moment for the Celtic team working under Brendan Rodgers. He said this week, "Carter-Vickers is back, he's so influential. The time he has been at the club, he's been a rock. With Starfelt last year, the defence was superb. He's now had to experience different centre-backs with Starfelt leaving. He's such a big player and it gives the boys around him a boost as well. Speaking from experience, when important players come back who have been such important members of the first team and be out for injury, you get a lift from that as well." Scales has stamped his authority on that position. He's really stolen that jersey from a few guys who have maybe come in and had their eye on it, so it's down to the other players to sort of shift him. Gustav Lagerbilk is also available for selection, as is Nat Phillips, but as Donnelly alludes to, they have a tough task to get into the team ahead of the Republic of Ireland International. Scales has a decent chance of playing alongside Carter-Vickers right up until Mark Nowacki and Stephen Welsh return from longer term injuries. If he can stay fit and on form until then, even one of the summer's big signings in Milwaukee may not be guaranteed to return. Regardless of who partners the USA international, Carter-Vickers will be massive in steering the direction of the defensive line. It really is great news that he has overcome his difficulties and his influence may be easy to see moving forward. It may only be October, although Celtic proceed to be linked with moves for several players. Earlier in the week, Queen's Park Rangers forward Sinclair Armstrong was said to be of interest to the boys, and now a new name has been put forward. According to South Korean outlet Football Ist, midfielder Jeong Hoi-yeon is a player on the Scottish champions' radar. The Hoops are said to be interested in the midfielder, who in 2023 helped his country win a gold medal at the Asian Games. Jeong is a 23-year-old and plays for K-League side Gwangju. He helped his team gain promotion to the South Korean top flight last season by winning their second tier title. Now 33 games into the 2023 campaign in the top flight, Dark Horses Gwangju sit third in the table. He has played 29 times for his team in the league this season, registering 2 goals and 3 assists from the engine room. Jeong is said to be open to a move to Europe, and if he did come to Celtic, he would join a notable South Korean contingent at the club. Yang, Oi and Kwon are all compatriots with Jeong, and that could provide him with added motivation to make the move. It is early days though, and all that has been reported is that there is interest in the player who would be keen on a move. Feyenoord and Lazio fans have both been banned from attending the away leg of the two clubs' upcoming double-header in the Celtic's Champions League group. The boys face off against Atletico Madrid on the next 2 match days in Group E. Meanwhile, the Dutch side and the Italians place each other home and away. Earlier this week, Feyenoord supporters were banned from attending the Lazio match by local Rome authorities, following up from apparent fan disorder a number of years ago. In response, the Eredivisie outfit released their own disgruntled statement, declaring that Lazio fans would not be welcome in Rotterdam. Feyenoord said, "No away fans are welcome at Feyenoord's home match against Lazio, or the return match in Rome." A Feyenoord delegation that travels specially to Italy was told this week that its supporters are not welcome in Rome. Now that this decision has been taken, by order of the Italian Ministry of the Interior, the so-called Triangle, Mayor, Police Chief and the Chief Public Prosecutor, and Feyenoord do not consider it responsible to receive Italian supporters in the Coupe. This is from the point of view of both safety and for Feyenoord from the point of view of sportsmanship. The result is that no away fans are allowed to attend the Champions League ties. In the past period, a delegation from Feyenoord has travelled to Rome twice to discuss the possibilities of admitting away audiences. Feyenoord's idea was to allow at least between 1,200 and 1,500 away fans at the matches. Feyenoord considered this a feasible and responsible scenario, also pointing towards the virtually incident-free meeting with Atletico Madrid last week. Lazio also seemed to share this opinion. However, the Italian authorities decided differently, which also created a new situation for the home game in Rotterdam. It's a messy situation, but effectively means the home advantage of both teams is even more pronounced than it otherwise would be. Typically, at least 5% of stadiums are given over to away sides for their travelling support. The boys had a strong following in Rotterdam recently and are expected to travel well to both Madrid and Rome in the upcoming matches. With Celtic in such a precarious position in the group, the Hoops would likely benefit from one of Lazio or Feyenoord winning both matches, leaving Brendan Rodgers' side fighting it out for third. Most importantly, Celtic have to pick up some points against Atletico over the coming weeks, with the Spaniards visiting Glasgow first on October 25th. Bosun Lawal is making a positive impression at Fleetwood Town since moving out on loan from Celtic, according to teammate Scott Robertson. Robertson himself, a former Boys Academy player, reckons that Lawal has the attributes to succeed in Glasgow and has been impressed with what he's witnessed since the defender made the move south. The midfielder said, "Bosun's currently on loan at Fleetwood with me and he's shown just what a good player he is. He arrived at the end of the last transfer window and he's been quality, but he's also been getting much needed first team minutes, which is crucial for him at this stage of his career. Bosun has been playing centre back and right back, he's strong and good on the ball, and he's still only 20 years old, so he's developing and I have no doubt he can have a big future at Celtic when he returns." Lawal has made 8 appearances for Fleetwood since joining on a season-long loan, first working under Celtic legend Scott Brown and now former Hibernian boss Lee Johnson. The defender has made just 1 competitive appearances for the boys and has had strong training experience with the senior squad, has been used in first-team friendlies over the last couple of years. If he can string together 20 or 30 appearances in English League One this term, it'll be a strong step forward for his own career and potentially his future at Celtic. His contract with the boys doesn't expire until 2026, so he has plenty of time to make an impact. The fact he signed his deal prior to his loan switch suggests people at the club think he has a future here. It's nice to hear a positive report on what he's doing down in England. Celtic fans, what do you make of our reported target, and is he a player you'd like to see us go in for? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Remember, we have released our brand new Celtic t-shirts with our Brendan Rodgers Pope t-shirt and our Celtic Ultra t-shirts too. You can find them at celticapparel.com or just go down to the link in the description. Thank you, take care, bye bye.